Hello. In this video we're going to talk about writing the equation of a straight line. So to begin, we want to pick 2 points, and for simplicity we will put those 2 points somewhere in the first quadrant in a coordinate system. And we have our x and y axes, and I'll take a point here. Let's call this x1, y1. We'll take a second point here. Let's call this point x2, y2. And we want to consider the line passing through these 2 points. Now we know the slope of this line m is the change in y sub 2 minus y sub 1, divided by the change in x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So I have my equation for slope. Now, assuming x sub 2 minus x sub 1 is not 0, this expression is defined, and I will multiply both sides by the change in x. So when I do, I have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope m times x sub 2 minus x sub 1. And this equation we call the point slope equation for a straight line. This is the point slope equation, which I like to abbreviate EQN, of a straight line. Now, the purpose of an equation is to generate more points on the line. So, in order to write this equation, I need 2 things. First, I need the slope, which is m. And second, I need a point, any point. And we'll call that point x1, y1. So then in my equation, y2 and x2 remain variables because they will generate additional points on the line, and for that reason I do not need those subscripts. So here I have the point slope equation of a straight line. Y minus y sub 1 is equal to the slope m times x minus x sub 1. Let's take an example. Suppose I want to write the equation that passes through the point, say 2, 5, and suppose it has a slope of negative 3/4. So it passes through the point 2, 5 with a slope of negative 3/4. All I have to do is plug the pieces into my equation, and I would have y minus 5 is equal to negative 3/4 times x minus 2. That's my point slope equation. That is an equation of the line. But now I can take this equation and I can solve for y. When I solve this equation for y, I will put this equation into the slope-intercept form. So, to do that, I will add 5 to both sides and distribute negative 3/4. So y will be negative 3/4 x, positive, negative times negative is a positive, 2 into 4 is 2, negative 3, a positive 3/2 plus 5. Because again, I distributed negative 3/4, so I have negative 3/4 x, positive 6/4, which is positive 3/2, adding the 5 plus 5. Combining like terms, y then is negative 3/4 x, common denominator of 2 here, so this would be 5/1, 10/2, 3/2, positive 13/2. Now this is the slope-intercept form of a line, which you probably have seen before as y equals mx plus b, where the slope is -3/4 and the y-intercept is the point 0, 13/2. So this is how I can take 2 points and write the equation of a line. Now in this case, the line passed through the point 2,5 with a slope of -3/4. Let's take another situation. Let's suppose I have a line, and let's suppose I would like to write the equation of the perpendicular bisector to a segment. Now remember, a segment is